January 25th. About 13 degrees here. We're going to talk about the burned out golden state of California. You know, that governor on that tarmac yesterday looked like a lost dog out there, didn't he? He should be ashamed of himself. You other liberal-ass governors out there, you should learn a valuable lesson. Oh, we spent $50 million to Trump-proof California. Yeah, now you need his ass, don't you? You need probably one of the best presidents this country's ever seen, don't you? Did y'all see that meeting last night Trump had with the mayor of L.A. and some other officials? Gavin Newsom was nowhere to be seen in that, was he? Why? Why? I mean, he should have been in there just sitting back, listening. I didn't see him in there. Maybe he was in there, but I don't think so. I got a few questions. You know, this mayor, you know, she could be in over her head. You see how President Trump thinks? You got that mayor, oh, well, we're going to wait another week before we let people go in. A week? You hear what President Trump said about that? Why wait? You see, President Trump has always, he operates on the premise, time is money. Time is valuable. You don't get it back. You got to take advantage of it. You know, there's some questions that I believe President Trump could have asked in this briefing of this mayor, and believe it or not, even of the governor. Question one, I don't know the answer to this, but just to see where these people are, you know, are they in over their head out there? Have they got a place to put all this debris? I don't know. Question two, and this is where the governor, you would think, would play a big part. And I would love to have heard President Trump ask this question. You're going to have people getting insurance settlements. And you're going to have some people that probably don't get insurance settlements, and they will build back. Well, you're only talking about how many houses? Over 10,000? How many houses can you build at once? Now remember, there's houses being built in California probably currently with contractors in other parts of the state that are not burned out. And they may even have schedules where they're building one house today or a few houses today, and they're going somewhere else next week or next month. And this has nothing to do with this burned out area of California. So does the state even have the skills, the skilled people within it? What does that mean exactly? Should Gavin Newsom be working with other states to do contractor verification? You know, you don't want some damn scam artist coming into your state, but do they need to bring people in from the state of Washington, the state of Oregon, the state of Arizona, the state of Nevada to help build these houses back? It take a long time to build 10,000 houses, boys and girls. A long time. And remember, you have houses built through attrition already in the state of California. And naturally, these contractors, if they come from out of state, you know, they're going to have more expense, aren't they? Travel expense, living expense possibly. Yeah, I watched some of those liberals in that meeting. You know, they don't get it. You know, they wanted to argue over some of the stupidest bullshit in that meeting. And that's why California got where it got. That's why they had this damage. Now, here's something else. Besides, I think they should address this too. Building these schools back. Well, these schools, what were these schools that existed and burned down? What were they made of exactly? Exactly. Were they made of concrete? How about if we build the schools back into that state and we build them out of concrete and we put some metal shutters on the windows that can be closed in the event of fire danger, and maybe preserve these schools after they're built back in case fire tries to attack them. Now, here's something else that probably wouldn't be a bad idea to consider. You know, a lot of that burned out area is just that, it's burned out. Should they be looking at putting in, I guess the way I'm understanding this, the hydrants are connected to the actual water supply that the houses use. And there was some questions raised when these houses went burning down, the sprinkler system set off, thereby depleting the water pressure of the same water supply that the firemen were connecting those fire trucks to. So in certain areas, at the very least, should there be dedicated water lines installed only connected to fire hydrants, not to the dwellings or businesses? Meaning the pressure wouldn't be affected as long as the water supply was going to this dedicated line that goes to these hydrants. Since this is a high-risk, fire-prone area due to the climate, its location, is that what they need to think about? Oh yeah, they need to manage their forest. Okay. Now, here's something else that probably should be looked at. I don't know the answer to this, boys. I've got some experience in the Air Force. Now, I see they've got these airplanes flying around dropping this retardant. Question: how do these airplanes compare cargo-wise as far as hauling this retardant to a C-17? Do they haul as much as a C-17? You know, I've seen some videos where C-17s, you know, they were flown at some fairly low altitudes, doing some tests. Do we need to have some C-17s fitted, or where they can be configured, if not permanently fitted, to help fight these fires? If they can carry more of this retardant, and can they operate in some higher winds versus safely versus what's being used, especially a helicopter? Should that be looked at? I mean, you're only talking about, you know, a lot of people in California, a lot of people. And oh, these planes could be used in other places in this country if need be. Do we need some, I don't know how many, C-17s may be configured that hauls a shitload of that retardant and can be dropped at somewhat low levels to slow or stop these big fires? I don't know. I see they're using some jet airplanes, but do they carry enough? Do we need more? That's going to conclude the video. I hope you enjoyed.